gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
Outrage today after a fruit vendor was shot and killed during an attempted robbery in Gardena. His killers still haven't been found. CBS 2's Tina Patel live on Rosecrans near San Pedro Street with more on this story. Tina.
Well, Chris, the vendor has not been officially identified yet, but I am told he would often set up along this busy road, and it was here in broad daylight that he was gunned down yesterday. Eileen Romero is staying busy, selling tamales along Rosecrans Boulevard like she does every day. But she's heartbroken to learn that the fruit vendor, who usually sets up in this same spot every afternoon, won't be coming by. He was shot and killed yesterday.
We see him every day. We don't talk, but we see him every day. When we pick it up to go, he came and he started to put his stuff.
Deputies believe the vendor was killed by two men in an attempted robbery. Tayeta Carlos works down the street. She ran out after hearing what she thought was a crash.
It was so horrible. The guy was like laid out. There were people screaming. I don't know if it was a child or his daughter, whatever the case was, but she was just, we had to calm her down.
Regular customers say the vendor, who was in his 30s, would often have his young daughter with him. Detectives haven't said whether she witnessed the shooting or if the security cameras on the nearby bank caught what happened.
I think it's kind of senseless that anybody would harm a vendor, you know. It's just sad, you know, somebody has to lose their life in the middle of trying to feed their family.
Romero hopes the people responsible are arrested soon. If not, she might have to reconsider where she sets up to sell her tamales.
I'm scared. I'm scared because I'm here every day with my mom or my dad, but now I know it's very dangerous.
And some community activists tell me they are planning on coming here later tonight to have a vigil for the vendor and send prayers to his family. As for those suspects, all that sheriff's detectives have said right now is that they are looking for two men, but they don't have any specific descriptions. Chris, we'll send it back to you.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
God for him, for his family, and I'm scared because now I know it's very dangerous.
Street vendors reacting tonight after one of their own was shot and killed while working in Gardena, and witnesses say it happened right in front of his own young daughter. Hello, and thank you again for joining us here on ABC 7 Hulu Live and wherever you stream. I'm Colleen Sullivan in for Ellen Leyva.
And David Ono, in a couple of hours, a vigil will be held for the man who was killed. In the meantime, the search for the shooter continues. Eyewitness News reporter Eric Resendiz has new details on the investigation plus reaction.
Candles and a sign reading "Rest in Peace, Elias" now light up the place where a fruit vendor was shot and killed during an attempted robbery. Investigators say the victim was a man in his 30s, and witnesses say the vendor's young daughter was there when the shooting happened.
Sometimes he bring his little daughter. He was here sometimes, so I'm so sad for him, for his family, and I'm scared because now I know it's very dangerous.
The incident was reported around 6 p.m. on Thursday, and it happened next to the Bank of America on Rosecrans Avenue and Main Street in Gardena. Irene Romero is a street vendor who sells tamales. Romero says she has been setting up in the same area as the fruit vendor for the past 3 years. She didn't know him personally, but would often cross paths with him. Romero says it's not right what happened.
No es justo, porque solamente we just work. We don't do nothing bad. We just came to work. We don't do nothing bad to nobody else. So why they do that to him?
The LA County Sheriff's Department says the vendor was shot in the chest, and new information from investigators, the suspects are two men who are still on the loose. Edin Enamorado is a street vendor advocate who says he's been in contact with the victim's relatives. They say the wife is also a street vendor who was nearby when the shooting happened.
Because I guess she was also selling down the block, and the mom doesn't drive, so she had to run over here. And what's tragic is that this happened in front of the daughter, and she witnessed everything. A message to the people who did this and who are thinking about doing this to vendors: they're human beings. They have families. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not right.
And investigators urge anyone who saw something to come forward. There will be a vigil here tonight with friends and family, and they're also working to set up a GoFundMe page. Reporting from Gardena, Eric Resendiz, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Gang violence.